The next topic is the development of subjunctive and complex syntactic. For many foreign language learners, which are considered as FL learners of Spanish, one of the most unique grammatical constructs of the Spanish language is the subjunctive. We have already discussed what subjunctive means, and they are typical verbs or kind of verbs which are used to express desire, emotion, wish, opinion, something that has yet not occurred. And the precise situations in which these verbs are used, they vary language to language. So therefore we see that in each and every language there are different ways through which these subjunctive verbs are used. Now, the work that we will be looking at is going to focus on the comparison or the differentiation between the English language and the Spanish language in which these subjunctive verbs are used. The key predictor with regard to the development of these subjunctive verbs are concerned is to analyze or look at the learner's ability to generate the complex utterances. And if this is the situation, then we have to look at the complex syntactic aspect of the use of these subjunctive verbs. The subjunctive is not highly productive in English, and so students have almost no first language models with which to formulate hypotheses about its uses or its use in Spanish language. So now we will look at it in a little more detail. Now, if we look at this, we have the context and bilingualism, and then we also have internal and external factors affecting the foreign language subjunctive. Before we move on to discuss these points, it is important to know that this is the study, the development of subjunctive and complex syntactic, conducted by Lefford and R. Celebry, and have been under review by Collentine. And this is the work where they have highlighted the differences in the use of subjunctive verb in Spanish languages and the English language. Now, we have Giligaya, who examines the acquisition of the subjunctive by preschool, that is 3 to 5 years, and school age, that is 5 to 10 years, children in Puerto Rico. Now, Gaya essentially posits that preschool children employ a lexical cue strategy, that is, they use subjunctive form with lexical phenomena that appear most frequently with the subjunctive, that is, after querque, that's how they pronounce it, querque, which means want to, and para qué, which means for what. School-age children adopt a semantic strategy, generalizing the subjunctive to directives or volatives, which are the kind of verb or mood that express a desire, and adverbial clauses with future time preference. Spanish speakers do not master mood selection until adolescence, when social linguistics factors pressure them to conform to linguistic form. Now, with regard to bilingualism, they believe that dialectologists studying in US Spanish have provided insights into the factors that interact with subjunctive development in bilingual context. Now, their study summarizes the results of these phenomena, essentially proposing a syntactic deficiency hypothesis to account for the underdeveloped mood selection abilities of a group of Spanish-English bilinguals where they have been studied. Now, the researcher surmises the institutional prohibition on the use of Spanish in public fora, that is, in public schools, and contributed to a delay in many bilingual syntactic development which may in turn have hindered the development of subjective abilities. So bilingualism, according to them, basically delayed the process of the subjunctive development. We also have the internal and external factors that affect foreign language subjunctive development. Here we have the study conducted by Terrell and colleagues who describe the subjunctive abilities of students completing 1 year of university level, 70 students, and they were described in the light of the Krashen's monitor model. The learner's curriculum was a cognitive approach, whereas grammar explanations were followed by guided drill and practice as well as guided conversation. In a writing task, the subjects employed the subjunctive with 92% accuracy. In an oral conversational task, the learner's subjective accuracy averaged only 12.3%. Then we have another area which is the external factors. Most studies examining external factors involved in subjective acquisition in foreign language contexts assume that meaningful input provides learners with the data necessary to build a grammatical system. To conclude, the subjunctive research show that learners do not acquire skills and knowledge for the construction in isolation of other aspects of their first language, and that certain internal and external factors play a crucial role in the development of subjunctive verbs and syntactic development.